Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. As we take a deeper look at Dak Prescott, the good, the bad, the ugly, we want to be able to take a good look at Dak Prescott's skill set, his play out there in the field, and see what he needs to work on and improve on. And I must say, he have to go read through his progressions better and see what he can see down the field and attack and exploit those things. This is a base formation, as we see 4 down linemen, and on top of that, trips to the right, we have the tight end here. And what Dak Prescott going to do on this play, he's going to roll and go with the run opposed to passing the ball to the tight end. At this play, at this point in time, the tight end is wide the world open. He's right here. He's in the middle of the field. But Dak Prescott, he just don't trust what he sees, and he runs the ball. We would like for Dak Prescott to take challenges and push this ball down the field. We would never know. This wide receiver right here, he can become engaged with this particular defensive back, and that would leave you one-on-one with this safety right here. So we would never really know what the tight end can do in this play. Dak decided to run, and we see what happened. We just didn't get the yards that was needed. They did a lot of trip formation. I see with the new philosophy of the coaching staff, they did a lot of run trips, and on this play too as well. Dak Prescott must trust what he sees with his eyes. This is a 3rd and 10 play. But he's going to look back. Although he got the first down, we want to see what was unseen. Look to the far right first, and then we'll show you something else. Hearns was actually open on this play right here. Of course, we do know that Dak must set his feet. But however, Hearns is open. That's why you see waving his hand. But if we look a little further to the left side of the field, we're going to look to the left side of the field. We're going to see the tight end get separation. He was waving his hands and saying, hey, I'm open too as well. Right here, 1, 2, 3 step. The tight end gets separation. This guy, he's more looking downfield, looking for the Ezekiel Elliott factor. So he's not really worried about the tight end. The tight end is open at this point. I would think that Dak Prescott would go with that particular read. Now, it is 3rd and 10. And you would like to see him missile this ball right here or right here. One can say a seasoned quarterback may be able to squeeze this ball right here. This guy looks like he was out of position, out of place right here. You can squeeze that ball in that window. But the best throw would have been right here. But it was 3rd and 10. Dak Prescott was still able to get the first down. So it's one of those things. It's right in the middle. 3rd and 10, get the first down. But you would like for Dak Prescott to take advantages of the situation. See how Hearns flashes right here. Really, he got this guy caving in on him, but I believe he could still get that ball out at that point. But he was still able to get the first down. So it's one of those plays, a hit and miss. Now on this play too as well, we see still they are in a base formation. The linebackers are covering well out in space. Now, this is what I want the wide receiver coach to coach up on these receivers. As the play breakdown, it makes no sense for the tight ends to still travel towards the sideline at this point. He's traveling towards the sideline. I would like to see this tight end break a loose free, curl back this way. These 2 receivers, there's too many receivers in the same spotting. One of these receivers can tap one another and move out this way, and you will see from the other angle, it just wasn't a good deal for the receivers as the play breakdown. Now, a seasoned quarterback at this point right here, we will pause it. He would begin to point a little bit more and tell the tight end to go this way, and that would help out tremendous, especially on this play. You got 2 receivers here. You can't needle the ball there because that can be a pick 6 down the line, and you really don't want to take chances of passing the ball here to this tight end. At this point, Dak Prescott got enough space around himself for this particular tight end to just spin around and loop and go this way. And you will see, veteran quarterbacks make those type of moves, and also veteran tight ends and as well as receivers will make those type of moves. Now on this play too as well, we see a missed block by Ezekiel Elliott. They are in I formation. Number 54, he's going to come streaming across the edge here. He's just going to cream Dak Prescott. Now, granted, your pre-snap reads, you should be able to see that the numbers don't match up on the right side of the field or the left side of the field where you're blocking at. And you may want to assign Ezekiel Elliott to get to that side. So maybe it could just be a miscommunication on this play. but I would like for my running back to block that side of the field, especially your blind side. If you're going to line up on any side of the field, just a horrible play collectively. All right, so on this play too as well, we see that we lost contain inside. And I want to show you guys, at first from the broadcasting view, I thought that number 52 gave up the sack. But upon further review of this particular all-22 film, I saw that Dak Prescott had a chance to get the ball out the Swain. He held on to the ball just a little too long. You know, right here is when what you want to see Dak Prescott to pass the ball. The actual linebacker that's covering Swain right here. So you got separation. Dak Prescott can pass this ball anywhere along this side of the field. Anywhere that would be a safe throw. Instead, he held onto the ball. Of course, number 52 get beat inside. But however, you would like to see Dak Prescott needle that ball right there. That's about 10 yards. He will be able to get the first down. Step back. On this play too as well, number 90 was able to beat La'el Collins. And this was a good play by Luke Kuechly. He was able to come down, cream Dak Prescott, or they both was able to force the sack. I don't know whether or not they split the sack or what have you, as far as stats wise, but number 71 was beat onto the edge, and Luke Kuechly did one hell of a job coming down and crashing up on Dak Prescott. And there's nothing that Dak can do on that play. It's just one of those things where you got to pay attention to where number 59 is at on the field. He's a hell of a baller out there. And this is just a play that number 52 was beat on. He was beat to the inside, and he just didn't get leverage. Also, pad level's too high. Or unless his pad level was too high, or the actual opposition was able to lift him up like that. Got to get bricks in your pockets at this level right here. Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to split out and take a left right here, and it's just nothing for Dak Prescott to do. I looked at all of the angles that I can find, and nobody was open, and he was just able to not get out of that pocket and slam to the ground. So number 52 on that play, I would just toss it up as a rookie mistake. You would like to see him get his hands inside, sink his hips in, and try to get his hands on the chest, but the opposition was able to lift him up, push him back, and we saw the rest is history. And that's how it goes with that particular play. Hopefully number 52 can respond better next week. All right, so on this play, we're looking at Dak Prescott. He rolls out, and this is the play. This is the thing that I don't like to see with Dak Prescott. Throwing across his body and jumping. You lose range of motion when you jump past, and I just don't like that aspect. Didn't have a lot of strength on this pass when he jumped past his ball. Let's look back at it again. We all know this play. The ball hit tight end right at his shoelaces, and we just don't want to see that range of motion there. Dak is known for doing that. You throw more with your leg, and Dak must understand that. Then where you're trying to deliver the ball, throw with anticipation. And when you can do that, and I can show you guys, even if the tight end was able to catch the ball, I would still grade him low on that pass, because you're not able to lead the tight end. You're not able to help yourself out to win the game at this point. Now, I'm going to show you on this play, he was able to escape out of the pocket, which was great. But you will want the ball to be delivered anywhere, because you're not really, of course this guy's behind you, but that's football. You're going to have somebody in your face. You want the ball to be anywhere around this area on this side of the shoulder, and pretty much from here you can see that this is the only guy that can beat. So it'll be a foot chase to the end zone, and Dak Prescott must understand and work and improve that in order to be on the next level of quarterbacks. You have to throw the ball somewhere around this proximity, and we see the ball was short and it hit the guy right on the shoelaces or right in at his ankles, and that's just not a good look. Hopefully down the line, maybe next week, we can see some improvement, and that's what we're going to look for. Those quick passes, those passes to get you out in space, and see whether or not that can help out Dak Prescott. But throwing across your body, jumping motion, we would never like to see a pitcher jump to throw a pitch, right? So the same type of philosophy on throwing the ball. So quick throws. I like Dak Prescott in this aspect of his game. He was able to get the ball out quick. And when Dak Prescott is on the money, he's on the money at this aspect. Getting the ball out quick. Of course, it's a little short pass, but he was able to get the ball upfield, first down. Quick passes. That's what I like to see from Dak Prescott. trusting what he sees with his eyes and getting the ball out to his wide receivers. I think that if Dak Prescott can get to this particular level of his game, then he will be better. But when he started to think and he got pressure down his back, he just make the weirdest throws in life. That's a good tight window of space right here. He backs it right off the jump. He knew where he was going with the ball and trust what he sees out of the outcome of the defense. Luke Kuechly is calling out the play. Watch 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. That's what you want to see out of Dak Prescott. 1, 2, 3 step, get the ball out, explode off the field. That's an 11-yard pass right there, first down. You will want Dak Prescott to get the ball out quick. Now on this play, I'm still going to grade him low. He did the exact same throwing motion. Yes, he got away with this particular play. Throwing across your body is never what you want, and as well as throwing the ball too high. Just don't want that out of the, so many things can go wrong. Ball falling off your fingertips, ball in the air, the opposition can pick off the ball real quick. So still good catch by the number 17 with his bad throw by the quarterback. On this play, he was able to find the soft spots in the zone, find Cole Beasley. And the thing is, what I like off this play, that he went with his read. He didn't hesitate. The ball exploded out of his hands. He was able to get the ball out. And that's what I like to see out of Dak Prescott. He must improve on that level of his game. You got to be consistent in this level of football. Roll out. Good catch by number 15. It seems like he has some type of rapport with 15, 17, and Cole Beasley. Of course, we know that. Stepped out. You see quick throws to Cole Beasley. Those things look like it worked for him. Cole Beasley in the slot here. Of course, this is the X. And we seeing right here that, they're going to try to get this ball out real quick. 1, 2, 3. There's Swain right here, and this is the other, the second receiver. Get the ball out. Bam. That's what we want to see come next week. We want to see Dak Prescott get the ball out of his hands and not playing hot potato with the football. Get the ball out, trust what he sees, and take advantages of those opportunities. There are going to be open passes out there for him, but he cannot hold on to the ball forever in a day. So on this play, this was the last final play of the drive, and he fumbled the ball on this play. And let's look back at everything. We will see that on this play, those trips. The tight end is lined up over here too as well, this swing. But we're going to see Cole Beasley motion now. He's going to become the flanker on this play. And Hearns will be the actual slot receiver. Motion. Dak Prescott going to do a 3-step drop. And what I want Dak Prescott to do is trust what he sees with his eyes. All right, so Luke Kuechly, he's going to come down to watch and spy on the tight end. Tight end was trying to sneak out of the backfield here. And 1, 2, 3 step. Right now, Hearns is wide the world open. He can hit Hearns at this play, and the play can continue. A lot of people from the broadcast view thought that Cole Beasley was open, but remember, this was the latter part of the game. They're trying to preserve their timeout, and of course, Carolina Panthers know that. So the read will be from the outside in. You have your actual running back over here. You have the X receiver there, and you also have the slot guy. Of course, like I said, Cole Beasley is the flanker, as well as this is the tight end. 3-step drop. The moment that Cole Beasley was open was the time that when Dak Prescott rolled to his right, he had the defender in his face. You see Cole wide open right here, of course, but there's no way that Dak Prescott can get that ball out at that point. He try to run around to the other end and fumble liar. We do not want to see that, but let's look at it from another angle so you guys can see what I'm talking about and referring to on this play too as well. So you got Cole Beasley motion to the right of the field. At the moment Dak Prescott dropped back into his stance, the Carolina Panthers are giving you everything underneath because they want you to throw it here because they want you to burn your time out. They want you to utilize that clock. That clock is going to tick, 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 tick. Right here, this is the throw. Luke Kuechly, this guy right here, they are looking at this tight end. We want to see whether or not you bite the bait or eat the chomp that we're throwing out there. Of course, you can see Cole Beasley open right here, but the read is from the outside in. Outside in. You see this guy right here. We can tick it a little bit further. Alan Hearns is wide open off of this play. He even cocks it in his attempts to throw it, and it fools Luke Kuechly in a sense because he's want to climb down on this tight end because he think that's where the ball is actually going. Dak Prescott rolls to the right. Beasley is still open. You have this guy right here that comes into his face. He bails out of the situation because he can't pass through the guy and fumble. That's what it looks like, guys. But that's all the time I have from right here. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions of Dak Prescott. Will he improve by next week? What reservation that you have on his skill set, his playing ability, and things like that? Do you think the coaching staff can work these things out and see what we just saw for this film? Let me know one way or another. Put your comments down. Don't forget to like this page, subscribe to this channel too as well. That's all the time I have for right now. I really thank you for yours. And remember, you listening to nothing but the best. Salute. We're out. Peace.
Brutality.